you too. I like your background. It's very nice.
Thank you so much. Thank
All
you.
of your Broadway shows.
Well, not all of them, child, but there's only so much wall in a house.
I love it. Not all of them, darling. Because there have been many. I don't see the one we did together up there yet.
Smokey Joe's, it's on the other side of the room.
Other wall.
It's on the other wall. But I'm so happy to talk to you. I really am.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe I've been trying to make this happen for a minute.
I know it's taken a while. I apologize.
Look, you a busy black man. Look, you a busy black man in Hollywood. I am not mad at you.
A busy black gay man in Hollywood.
Boom. And there's that. So I'm glad that you brought that up. Baby, the Supreme Court just made an addendum to that 1964 Civil Rights Act, making it about sexual orientation and gender equality. How are you feeling about that? Because, it's one thing to be a black man in this society with all of that, with all of what that comes with, but it's a very different thing and an even bigger thing to be black and gay and have this kind of legislation passed in your lifetime. How are you feeling about that?
Well, it feels really good. It feels long overdue. We've been working and fighting for it for a really long time. I find it weird still to this day as a black man and as a gay man that it's just normal that our rights are up for legislation. It's just normal. That's just everyday life. It's very strange to me, this construct that America is built on, the backs of slaves, stealing a country from people who were already here, and then making rules that exclude people from rights. It's just strange to me. So it's yes, I'm happy about it, that it's sort of landed in our favor, but the conversation for me is why is this even a conversation? Why do I even have to have a conversation about getting fired simply for being who I am? It's weird. It's just weird.
I know.
It's frustrating. It's weird. It's just the way life is. I'm working on my radical acceptance and compassion about that so that I can sort of have some sort of peace in this lifetime. Just how human nature is so programmed to other something.
It's so odd. It's so odd. And I don't know about you, but the whole Black Lives Matter thing, it's necessary, right? It's necessary. It needs to happen. It's extremely long overdue because, as Black people, we just tired. We're tired of conforming. We're tired of acting like it didn't happen. We're just exhausted and tired and sick and tired of being tired. But for someone like you're in an interracial relationship. So I'm wondering what that feels like for you in your household. Is there tension? Is there a different kind of conversation going on?
Yeah, there is a different conversation. There is a different conversation going on because this moment really requires all of us on all sides to dig into the deepest, most hurtful parts of ourselves, most hurt parts. I did a post about a week or two ago, my message to America, and I talked about, we've been out here in Long Island, and we were meeting friends at this place called the Hog Farm, which was a farm, and just being in a place that doesn't feel feels like private property.
Yep.
I
do know.
I don't know what this is. I'm sitting there in my car. There's a barn structure with no walls. A bunch of stuff is in there. I don't see nobody else. A little white girl comes running out. She sees me and my husband in the car, and then she runs back, and I just panic, and I just leave. And it was when we came back and our friends were there and we went on the trail, I made light of it because that's what we do.
Exactly.
We make light of it to make everybody else feel comfortable, you know, and it wasn't until I used that story as an example of what it's like for me every day that those same people were like, oh my God, like, oh my God. It's like, yeah, it's that every day. Something as simple as meeting my friends to walk on a trail can cause that much trauma.
I know. I was trying to, this makes me so emotional. So,
Yeah, no, please.
forgive
It's
me.
very emotional.
I was trying to explain to someone that every time we have to, as Black people, every time we have to explain a story like you just did, it's like reliving a trauma over and over and over and over and over again. And I don't want to do that every day, all day long with people I don't know. I just don't want to do it.
No.
I don't want to do it with people that I do know. And so I definitely don't want to do it with people that I don't know. And it's upsetting. And I find myself, and I don't know if this is the same for you, but I find myself grappling and struggling with those friends that I know they mean well. I know their heart is in the right place. I do. But when they ask me, what can I do? What can I say? Help me understand. I'm like, you will never understand what it's like to be in my skin. You won't. You won't ever know what it feels like to have a woman clutch her purse. You won't ever know what it feels like to have a plainclothes detective follow you around the store. You just don't know what that feels. Child, let me get off my soapbox and finish on with my interview. Because we'll be here all day, and I know you got another interview to do, but
it's every day. You know, I was out here doing a photo shoot for Essence magazine. And we were in the middle of the street, standing in front of, you know, a driveway, because there was this driveway that looked really good. And a car came out, and I realized, oh, this might be a little awkward. I'm standing in front of this woman's property, or this person's property. So I literally engaged. And I was like, hi, how are you? She glared at me, said no words, drove down the street, waited there for like 3 minutes while we continued to, and then 5 minutes later, the police came. And I said, this is what we're talking about. The only thing that was acceptable in that moment for that woman to do was to say, hey, what's going on here? And then we would have had the conversation. You don't even think that I'm not even worth a conversation. This is what we're talking about. It's like, because in the moment I was like, oh, this might look weird, you know, but then she says to the police officers, oh, well, I was just confused because there's a lot of people with masks on and costumes. First of all, the world is wearing
a mask. Hello.
And the world is wearing a mask. You saw Black people wearing a mask in your white neighborhood. That's what you saw.
That part right there.
That's the part that you saw.
I cannot.
You know, and I think now it's great. What's great about this moment is that that's what we get to call out in every instance. That is what the George Floyd moment has done for us. Because my concern through the last few years with social media and reality television is that I thought we were so desensitized to the images, to the tools from the civil rights movement. They used the media from the AIDS crisis, you know, activist, LGBTQ activist movement. It was the media, how they manipulated the media to shed a light on what was going on. I thought we lost that because for years we were looking at these images and nothing was happening. And George Floyd brought it back.
Well, it's happening now, and I'm glad it's happening. Child, I need to get one more question because I know your publicist, you got someplace to go. But let me just give you your flowers while I got you on the line. Congratulations on your Emmy. Congratulations on your Tony. Congratulations on your 7 Elliott Norton Awards in Boston, with you winning Outstanding Musical Production, and Annalisa, I think Velez won for Outstanding Actress back in May. Congratulations on that.
I won for Director.
You did win for director? I was looking for it and I couldn't find it. So congratulations on that. I know you were nominated. I couldn't find whether or not you won, but congratulations on all of that. Congratulations on your singles for what is your songs for what it's worth, Finally Ready, for working with Michelle Obama, your self-quarantine survival guide, your 2020 Pride Home guide. I mean, and you had a little contest online on IG for the kids to slay in quarantine. I love all of that. But having said all of that, because I know we can't talk about all of that, the one thing I do want to talk to you about is this was the first time in history the Tony Awards got canceled. And
yes.
as a Tony winner, what are your thoughts about that happening? And what do you think that means for live theater moving post-COVID-19?
Well, first and foremost, it was very disappointing because I was supposed to host it.
Oh, wow.
Nobody knew that. It never got to that place. It never got to the announcement because we were in lockdown before the announcement. But Cynthia Erivo and myself were supposed to host this year.
Oh, wow.
So that was very disappointing, but that can happen. You know, the thing that's difficult for me, I went into Manhattan for the first time since March, a couple of Fridays ago for some doctor's appointments. And, you know, as you know, being a Broadway girl, the show must go on means that the show goes on. And for the first time in history, I'm walking around Broadway and the show is not going on.
No, it's not.
It is devastating. It's devastating. It's eerie. It's apocalyptic. It's like, we're in some new deep shit. We really are, you know, and I think the greatest part about it is that humanity is rising to the call. It makes me sad that it has to get to the tipping point all the time for anything to get done. Like, I wish that we could do this kind of work, the kind of work that we're getting done right now with people in the streets every day. I wish we could get that kind of work done just regularly, but it just doesn't happen like that. It just doesn't happen. Historically, nothing gets done until the people get in the streets. And the people are in the streets and we're not going anywhere. And that's the good thing. Because I feel like, piggybacking on what I had said earlier about, you know, the media, you know, being reignited with that 8 minutes and 43 seconds of that man's knee on that man's neck. And finally, the world was able to see. It's like, this is what we're talking about. He got his hands in his pockets. He don't give a fuck. He's gonna do it because he knows there are no consequences for it. He's white, that man is black, and he can murder him in cold blood while the cameras are rolling, and ain't nothing you N-words can do about it. That's where we are.
Yeah.
That is where we are. That is where we have always been. I say it all the time. We are not now, nor have we ever been better than this. We haven't been. We tried. We tried.
Preach, Pastor Porter.
Don't get me wrong. We try, but we're not. So stop saying it until we are.
Baby.
Stop saying it.
Look, and I'm right there with you. You know that I am in solidarity, support, all of that.
And with the black people too. My last thing with the black people too, because you know they tried to come for me for calling them out in my message about the black people's relationship to the LGBTQ community and the fact that Black trans women are dying at the hands of Black cisgendered men. I said it and I mean it. Get your houses in order. Get your houses in order. I am aligning white supremacy and how we're treated with the way you're treating the transgender community. I am. And until we get our houses in order, we can't expect anybody else to do it.
That's absolutely right.
Period.
Right. Absolutely right. Baby,
stop killing us, and maybe somebody might stop killing us.
Okay. That part, I know. We literally could have this conversation all day, because you know, you and me, we can go there. We can go
back.
Because we go way back. We go back to the 90s. We go back to Smokey Joe's. We go back to the Broadway. But baby, I'm so glad that I was finally able to connect with you.
I know, me too.
I'm about to cry. I'm about to cry. I'm so happy that you carved out time for me, because I know how difficult it was. I know how busy you are. I know I worried your publicist to death. I know they were sick of my little black ass.
No, they weren't. I said, we got to get Carla on. We got to get Carla there. Just figure it out and get her on the schedule. Wherever it is, whenever we can fit her in, get it in the schedule, because you're my girl.
And you my boo. I love you. Hopefully the next time we can kiki a little bit more.
Yes.
You know, maybe we can sing a little something. And I'm a little salty that you had fabulous glasses for everybody but me. I'm just saying. Fabulous glasses for everybody but me. Yes, I'm calling your ass out for that.
Glasses. I have fabulous glasses for conversations that aren't serious. When the conversations are serious, right. I read my thing. You said we were talking about the movement and COVID-19.
You're right.
So I don't want to distract from the conversation.
You're right. So I didn't call it out myself. All right, Billy. I love you. I love you so much. And hopefully we can connect and just have a nice casual conversation sometime real soon.
Very soon, when we can come out of lockdown.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, baby.
Love you.
Love you too.
To keep up with the Curvy Critic, like our page here, click that subscribe button, and click that bell for notifications. Love, peace, and hair grease, y'all.